Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today is a very special Reunion 2020 episode. What is that? That's when I had a guest on in the past, and I liked him so much I had to bring him right on back. So today's special return guest is Danielle Ichelson, and she's owner over at Dental Accounts at Ease. Danielle, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me back, of course.
Oh, man, so excited to talk to you again and excited to catch up, and I love today's topic. So we're going to talk about branding in dentistry. I know that you're doing some things that are quite unique over at Dental Accounts at Ease, but before we get into that, I do want to talk a little bit more about the company. I don't want to assume that all of our new listeners caught your first episode, so just tell us a little bit more about what you're doing at Dental Accounts at Ease.
So we are one of the largest dental billing and practice support companies in dentistry. We support the dentist from a virtual standpoint, whether that be, doing all of the billing, making sure that your claims as the patient gets to the dentist, or to the insurance company. And then in addition to that, we do insurance verification, consulting, we act as management, we will help do your payroll, handle your doctor's payroll, do your credentialing, and anything that needs to happen in the front office that we can do virtually.
That's awesome. And one of the benefits of this, and we're going to go into it, is, and I think this is a great transition. So let's get right into branding in dentistry. And I'd like you to talk a little bit just more about your system and how you're really helping dentists out.
So a big thing that I focus on as a business owner and as in a field that is growing, virtual billing in medical and in dental is a growing field, because dentists want to secure themselves from embezzlement, and you are more likely to be embezzled from if you have someone working in your front office that's handling your cash. Whereas if you have someone from a different location and you as the owner are collecting your money in-house, you are able to secure that money by being able to just send those explanation of benefits to your biller who happens to be in a billing company. So things that we focus on, while we're out there marketing is we're making sure that the dentists know that their embezzlement risks are lower. We're out there podcasting. We're making sure that people know our name and know our faces. A big issue for me is when you go onto a dental billing company or a medical billing company's website and you don't see who the owner is, or you don't see who's running that company. So how do you know who's handling your money? How do you know who's out there, providing your services? Are they former embezzlers? Are they, people that have been fired from huge corporations like Heartland or Boston Dental Group or wherever? So we really focus on the fact that, we are proud of who we are, and then we brand it that way. We go out and we podcast, we go and we speak at dental conventions, we hold booths at dental conventions, and in addition to that, I have marketers, and my marketers are all over the United States. I have Ismail, who's one of my favorite marketers. He is active in the military as well. He is active duty, but, he focuses on my East Coast, and his personality will leave that mark on them. I always say that you can have anyone out there offering your product that could have a similar product, but did they brand themselves to have a name? It doesn't matter if ABC Dental Billing or whoever is out there doing the same services as me, but did they make their name? Because I made our name, and I continue to make our name, and I continue to stay active in our dental community. I'm the first one to be on Dental Town, answering questions as a favor to, Howard Ferran that owns Dental Town, and help him out in any questions that he's getting, a ton of that he can't answer at this very moment. Or I'm out there on the Facebook groups answering questions. I'm also in with my dentist, constantly calling them and checking on them and saying, okay, hey, Dr. Jensen at Surprise Pediatrics, what's going on? What can we help you with? How can I help you with your new office? What can we do for a branding aspect? How can we get your new office name out there? And I think that's really what makes us so much different is we're not just the people behind the computer that you can't see their face. We're right there in front of that computer saying, we're right here.
Oh, man, that's awesome. I love it. Tell us a little bit more about your podcast.
So, I get a podcast with you, which is always a great time.
Well, I love supporting podcasters, so I get excited. I'm like, don't tell me you have a podcast. I'm all about it.
Yeah, so I actually, I call my thing, I have kind of like a Regis and Kelly relationship with Howard Ferran, who owns Dentaltown, Ferran Media. Dentaltown for Dentistry is like our Facebook. It is where millions of dental community people are subscribed to that organization. And, they follow it for advice and tips and what's going on in dentistry. And fortunately, I have a great relationship with Ferran Media. And I, was able to be on their January, 27th podcast. And we talked about my book, and we talked about, addiction in the dental field and dental billing. And we do a broad subject there of dentistry. And I've been so excited that I have been out there podcasting, and I'm constantly getting invited by other podcast organizations to come on. And I'm kind of selective. I like to stay with people who I believe in their podcast. Like I believe in your podcast. I believe in what Howard's out there doing in dentistry. So I really do try to select who I'm going to, be a guest on their show as. But I just think that, if you're not out there speaking about your product or your services or your company, then you're not doing your company any justice. You're just a name. You're not anyone that anyone's going to remember. And I'm all about making sure that I leave my stamp wherever I go.
Oh, man, that's awesome. So that being said, Danielle, I can talk to you all day long about this. If somebody's listening to this and they want more information about dental accounts at ease or to connect with you and your podcast, what's the best way for them to follow up and to learn more?
So, we are dentalbillingcompany.com. It's actually all spelled out as the full three words. And we have a great website. We actually do our own website design and our own SEO. And that's also another thing that has made us, where we are in our business standpoint. Our SEO, the minute that I hired our SEO guy to take over our SEO department, we became page 1, and at the latest, like the furthest part we'll go is maybe at the top of page 2, but instantly from the first day that our website launched. So dentalbillingcompany.com, if they're wanting to look up about our services or they're needing to boost their website or need marketing ideas for their own company, there's a contact us link, and that actually goes directly to me as the owner. So I do read all the messages along with my marketing team.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Well, Danielle, been great having you back on this show for this reunion 2020 episode. Great times. Thank you for coming back. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave a review in the Apple iTunes store. And if you're following this on our YouTube channel, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the video. I mean, mission matters business, and let us know what kind of things you're working on. And Danielle, thanks for coming back on the show.